The Assassin. You know I break necks, call me Jack Tate. I have no regrets while your life is fading. I'm a crazy fuck equivalent to Satan. When I'm behind the mic, I feel like the greatest. You know I break necks, call me Jack Tate. I have no regrets while your life is fading. I'm a crazy fuck equivalent to Satan. When I'm behind the mic, I feel like the greatest.
What up, y'all? You're listening to Sports Talk with Tropp, and I'm your host, Katie Tropp. Well, here we are again. It's basically the sports fan purgatory 2.0, if you will. I mean, usually the beginning of sports fan purgatory is always after the Super Bowl. We have that time in between the Super Bowl and March Madness where ain't shit going on except for some basketball, but nothing earth-shattering. And then now here we are in sports fan purgatory 2.0. This is always after the NBA finals, and you know, a lot of sports have been cooling off right now. It's we have about a month until the NFL begins training camp. I mean, they have some OTAs going on right now, or just some mandatory mini camps going on right now, but not a lot's going on with football. Although NBA free agency just began, I believe, 20 minutes ago, so we should be getting some news rolling in throughout the week with what's going on with that. But it's pretty much just all baseball right now, so it's probably going to be kind of a quick episode because all we're talking about is baseball. Now, I will say, we've got a lot of good-ass baseball going on, so let's get right into the Top 10 MLB Power Rankings for this week. And there is absolutely no change at the top because this team is still dominating, and that is number one, the Detroit Tigers. Overall record of 53-32. They are 5-5 in their last 10 games. This past week, they took the series over the Sacramento A's and took the series over the Minnesota Twins. And Tarek Skubal, man, he won the Cy Young last year, and the dude is just mowing everybody down this season. I mean, this last month and a half of baseball for him personally has been excellent. I mean, he has not missed at all. And just yesterday against the Twins, he actually had a career night where he struck out 13 guys. I believe 7 in a row is what happened last night. So Tarek Skubal, man, he is having a fantastic year. This Detroit Tigers team just becomes more impressive as the season wears on. And I just look at them and I'm like, wow, this team is building. They've been building for quite some time, and it's nice to see it come to fruition and just to see the absolute domination, because the Tigers have yet to really have any type of slump compared to everybody else in the league. I mean, every other team has pretty much had a downtime and uptime. So far, Detroit has been lights out in every way, shape, and form, from their pitching to their hitting to their defense to just them winning on last game-winning homers. They're great with the stolen bases. They are just playing excellent baseball right now, and it's going to be interesting to see if they're able to maintain it through the second half of the season. Then at number 2 on my Top 10 MLB Power Rankings are the Los Angeles Dodgers. Overall record of 53-32. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games. This past week, they swept the Colorado Rockies. Who isn't doing that this season? And then also took the series over the Kansas City Royals. And the Dodgers are just overcoming every issue that they have had so far. I mean, especially at the starting pitching position, it's just injury after injury after injury. And it just kind of feels like it doesn't matter, because they're still able to score a whole bunch of runs. I mean, Shohei Ohtani has not lost a step at all this season. He's batting at .287, 29 home runs, which is second in the league right now, third in the league behind Aaron Judge and Cal Raleigh out in Seattle. So he's still doing his thing. He's also got 54 RBI. But then another guy, it just always feels like every single year the Dodgers always have this nobody who comes out of nowhere. And this year it is Andy Pages, who right now has 16 home runs and 55 RBI and really he's been very consistent from the jump. He's been probably one of their most consistent players, and it's like, who the fuck is this dude? I don't know, but of course he plays for the Dodgers, and he's playing great. And they just continue to widen the gap now in the National League West. It looked like the Giants and the Padres and the Diamondbacks were going to kind of make things a little bit more difficult for the Dodgers. But so far, the Dodgers are starting to widen the gap widen the lead, and here they are at 53-32, even though they have all of these atrocious injuries to some of their big top-tier starting pitchers. Then at number 3 on my Tropp 10 MLB Power Rankings, the hottest team in the league right now. And I tell you all the time, you need to watch out for them Houston Astros. They just know how to win. Talk about a team widening the gap in their division. That is exactly what this team is doing. They took the lead from the Seattle Mariners and said, bitch, you are our bottom bitch. Get below us. We are on top. We are always on top. Get the fuck down. And I don't think Houston is going to let go of this grip. I mean, they are on fire. This week, they took the series over the Philadelphia Phillies and the Chicago Cubs. They are 7-3 in their last 10 games, 50-34 for the on the season right now. So they've already hit the 50 win mark. Only them, Detroit, and the Dodgers. Those are the only 3 teams right now that have hit the 50 win mark on the season. So that tells you how well Houston is playing, because they started out soft, quiet. Who knew if this team was going to be the same Houston Astros? And here they are, the same goddamn Houston Astros. Getting it done with Hunter Brown, Framber Valdez, Josh Hader. He had a horrible year last year, but now all of a sudden he's back to being the old Josh Hader. I mean, he's having zero issues at the closer position. Isaac Paredes, he's fitting right in with this team. And then Pena, he's having a phenomenal year as well. Altuve also having a phenomenal year. This Houston Astros team is putting it together. Do not overlook them. And like I said, they are just taking a chokehold on this division, and I don't think they're giving it back. Then at number 4 on my Tropp 10 MLB Power Rankings are the Chicago Cubs. Overall record of 49-35. They're 4-6 in their last 10 games. This past week, they split the series with the St. Louis Cardinals and then lost the series to the Houston Astros. But it's just this offense. This offense has just been uncontrollable. Seiya Suzuki, 22 home runs. PCA, 21 home runs. Kyle Tucker, 17 home runs. Swanson has got 16 home runs. I mean, Michael Bush has 16 home runs as well. It's just this offense just cannot be stopped. Even though they've also had to overcome a ton of injuries with their starting pitching positions, it is just lights out when they come up to bat, especially Suzuki and PCA. These two are unstoppable. It's like you can't really pitch around either guy, because you try and walk Suzuki and, oh, there's PCA. You try and walk PCA, oh, there's Kyle Tucker. And it's like you throw all these dudes in the mix, and then you throw out a Michael Bush, who nobody was really anticipating having the season he was going to have. And then Dansby Swanson, he's always been a real solid guy, but sometimes he shows up, sometimes he doesn't. But he is having a phenomenal year, and just overall, offensively, this Chicago Cubs team is playing some excellent baseball. Then at number 5 on my Tropp 10 MLB Power Rankings of the New York Yankees. Overall record of 48-35. They're 6-4 in their last 10 games. This past week, they lost the series to the Cincinnati Reds and took the series over the Sacramento A's. Aaron Judge still having a monster season, batting at .356 with 30 home runs and 67 RBI. For the record, this is, I believe, the 4th time in Aaron Judge's career where he's had 30 home runs before July 1st. I could be wrong on that, but I do know for a fact, I just heard this stat this morning, the only other guy in baseball history to do this same thing that Aaron Judge is doing right now in baseball, there is only one guy to ever do the exact same thing that Aaron Judge is doing right now this season in baseball. Actually, over his entire career, but most specifically just the absolute dominance that Judge is having, and that is Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth is the only other motherfucker out there to be hitting 30 home runs before the month of July begins. And so just the absolute dominance of Aaron Judge, I really hope if you are a baseball fan, you are really appreciating what this dude is bringing to the game, because it is nuts to just see the absolute domination every time he comes up to bat. Yes, he does strike out a lot, but you know what? That's what's going to happen. You got to take the good and the bad with these sluggers, and that's unfortunately the bad with Aaron Judge. That's always been the bad with Aaron Judge. But you know what? The dude cranks him out of the park, and he just had 2 home runs yesterday in a game, and it's just having a monster season. Another guy having a monster season for the Yankees is Carlos Rodon. He is pitching the way they expected him to pitch. You know, he kind of had a down year last year simply because of the injuries, but I feel like now he is fully healed and having a monster year. 9 wins on the season, 2.92 ERA, and 119 strikeouts. He is having a fantastic year. And the Yankees' starting pitching is actually looking really, really solid right now. It's just sometimes their offense is now the problem. They've actually been in a slump offensively the last couple of weeks. And so that's pretty much been their problem. But starting pitching, you got Rodon, and they just really are pitching out of their minds right now. So the starting pitching is looking really, really phenomenal right now for the Yankees. Then at number 6 on my top 10 MLB Power Rankings are the Philadelphia Phillies. Overall record of 49-35. They're 5-5 in their last 10 games. This past week, they lost the series to the Houston Astros, but took the series over their division rival Atlanta Braves. As a matter of fact, now they have the division lead because the Mets are really slumping right now. And so the Philadelphia Phillies are taking advantage of that. Like I said, I expect the Phillies and the Mets to be battling back and forth. But you also can't count out the Braves. I mean, there's still a whole second half of the season to go. But the Phillies, man, they're just getting it done the way they usually get it done. You've got Schwarber offensively having a monster year, but Zach Wheeler having yet another Cy Young type season. 7 wins on the year, 2.43 ERA, and 128 strikeouts, and just having a monster couple of months. I mean, he is just absolutely dominating at the starting pitcher position and really just carrying this Philadelphia Phillies team. It kind of feels like anytime this guy comes out to pitch, they are 100% winning that game. Then at number 7 on my top 10 MLB Power Rankings, another team that is just surging, and that is the Milwaukee Brewers. Overall record of 47-37. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games. This past week, they took the series over the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Colorado Rockies. And, man, Peralta, he is having a great year himself. 8 wins, a 2.90 ERA, and 98 strikeouts. The guy has been money just about every start on the season. Offensively, this Brewers team is really starting to get going. Jackson Churrio's starting to get going. And they just really are putting it together as a team. Now, who knows if they're going to keep it together, because that's just kind of the theme for the Brewers, in my opinion, is that they get it going, and then they fall apart. And they get it going, then they get it going, and then they fall apart. So that just kind of seems to be their thing. And right now they are getting it going. We'll see if they're able to keep it going, but they absolutely are playing some great baseball right now. Then at number 8 on my top 10 MLB Power Rankings is the Tampa Bay Rays. Overall record of 47-37. They are 6-4 in their last 10 games. This past week, they took the series over the Kansas City Royals and then lost the series to the Baltimore Orioles. Junior Caminero having a great year with 20 home runs and 51 RBI. And then you've got Jonathan Aranda, who has just come out of nowhere and is really dominating for them offensively and just managing to get on base just about every time he comes up to bat. He's batting a .325 with 10 home runs and 44 RBI on the season. And this Tampa Bay Rays team is really putting it together. They are right on the Yankees' ass. It definitely set them back a little bit just because they lost that series to the Baltimore Orioles this weekend. But I feel like no matter what, this American League East is always going to beat each other up because they just know how to step it up against each other. But this Tampa Bay Rays team, they are really starting to climb. They're really starting to get going. It's going to be interesting to see if they're able to keep it going and maybe take the division from the Yankees. But I just kind of feel like the Yankees are just a much better team and are going to manage to keep it together down the stretch. Then at number 9 on my top 10 MLB Power Rankings of the San Diego Padres. Overall record of 45-38. They are 6-4 in their last 10 games. This past week, they took the series over the Washington Nationals, but lost the series to the suddenly hot Cincinnati Reds. But Nick Pivetta has been the ace for this team, which is very shocking because I kind of feel like he was just there to kind of be a space filler, and all of a sudden he's the dude. He's got 8 wins on the season, which is really, I think that's 4 more wins above everybody else at the starting pitcher position on their team. He's got a .336 ERA and 101 strikeouts on the season. And then, of course, you've got Machado and Tatis. Both of them are having excellent years right now. It's just the Padres are kind of doing those Padre things where they're just up and they're down, and they're up and they're down. They really haven't found any consistency since the beginning of the season. So we'll see how the rest of the year progresses, but it just kind of feels like they keep falling further and further behind the Dodgers And it just kind of looks like the Dodgers are going to start to run away with the National League West. And then rounding out the top 10 MLB Power Rankings this week have the St. Louis Cardinals. Overall record of 47-38. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games. This past week, they took the series over the Chicago Cubs and swept the Cleveland Guardians. Sonny Gray is having one of the greatest seasons of his entire career, which says a lot because he is an excellent pitcher. It just feels like every year he has this debilitating injury that really just takes the wind out of his sails, and there goes his year. But this year, he is just riding high with the Cardinals. 8 wins, 3.36 ERA, and 101 strikeouts. Then you also have Matthew Liberatore, and this guy came out of nowhere. He's got 6 wins, a 3.70 ERA, and 76 strikeouts. It just kind of feels like the Cardinals pitching is really putting it together right now. Defensively, they are playing some really solid baseball. They're actually playing really overall great team baseball, and they continue to do so. And that's just kind of what the Cardinals do. That the Cardinals are another team like the Houston Astros where you just really can't count them out just because of the experience they have, the championship pedigree that they have, and then you just have these guys who come out of nowhere and just start to dominate for the season. So we'll see what happens with the St. Louis Cardinals. The National League Central is starting to get stacked with the Cubs and the Brewers and the Cardinals. Hell, even the Pirates are starting to get it going. So who knows how this Central is going to shake up. But there's a lot of good baseball being played right now heading into the second half here. And it's going to be interesting to see how the second half of the season shakes up. All right, y'all. Enjoy the rest of the week of sports. Remember, the NBA free agency frenzy begins this week. So enjoy that and enjoy the rest of baseball. And I will talk to you fools on Friday.